Yeah, okay, so then we start without the... So you find it? Or? Okay, so then switch it off. Dear ladies, dear gentlemen, thank you very much. First of all, I would like to thank you very much for the invitation and the possibility to speak to you about, in my personal opinion, most important insurance product in the marine insurance world. I would like to congratulate the conference committee and the organization team for this year's Arab Maritime Congress here in lovely Amman. I would like to start with the conclusion of the role of P&I clubs and P&I insurance in the marine shipping industry. With the P&I cover offered during the last more than 150 years, the marine industry and entire cargo transportation where shipping is involved would not exceed as at present. Protection and indemnity insurance, more commonly known as P&I insurance, is a form of international marine insurance provided by a P&I club, a mutual insurance association that provides risk pooling, information and representation for its members, typically ship owners, ship operators or charterers. Historically, marine insurance was the earliest well-developed type of insurance with origins in the Greek and Roman maritime law. In the late 1680s, Edward Lloyd, as we heard before, opened up his coffee house in London. This soon became a popular haunt for ship owners, merchant and ship captains, and thereby a reliable source of the latest shipping news. These informal beginnings led to the establishment of the insurance market Lloyd's of London and several related shipping and insurance businesses. Liability insurance for ship owners initially emerged in Britain in the 19th century, when injured crew members began to seek compensation for their employees. The Fatal Accident Act 1846 also made it easier for passengers or their survivors to file claims. While the UK Merchant Act 1854 had determined that when evaluation an insurance claim, the value of ships should not be less than £15 per ton, may ships had an actual lower market value. We see that historically the industry was faced with the same problems which we are presently facing, and that the ship evaluation falls dramatically below the actual or previous value of ships. The existing insurance policy in the 19th century did not cover the gap of liability. The compensation for collision damages also excluded a quarter of such damages. Existing hull insurance policies at this time include damages to the insured ship and liability for the damages it was caused, while the maximum amount ship owners could recover after collision was the insured value of the ship. The first protection association, the Ship Owners Mutual Protection Society, these days better known as SOP, was formed in 1855. It was intended to compensate loss of life, injuries, and collision risk that were excluded from marine insurance policies beyond the mandatory limit of these policies. The first quarter of completing the cover for collision liability claims. Similar associations were later formed within the UK, in Scandinavia, Japan, and the United States. In 1874, the risk of liability cargo carried by the insured ship was added to the insurance cover provided by a P&I club. We heard about this in 1906. The Marine Insurance Act codified the previous common law in the 19th century. Lloyd's and the Institute of London Underwriters developed between them standard clause for the use of maritime insurance, and these have been maintained since. They are known as the Institute clauses. In 1899, the existing P&I clubs formed the international group of P&I clubs. Usually you would see a list of the 13 P&I clubs which formed the IGA, the international group P&I clubs. Presently, in this international group of P&I clubs, mainly from the UK and Scandinavia, and the American club located in America, and the Japan club located in Japan, are members of this cartel. From the point of a European, this is the last accepted cartel under the European Commissioner. These IG clubs today insured approximately 90% of the world blue water tonnage and a good deal of brown water tonnage. These 13 international P&I clubs agreed to an international group agreement and a pooling agreement between these P&I clubs.